I don't even know how to start this without shaking my head a little bit. There are moments in NASCAR where you're just pumped. New faces, new stories, new energy coming into the sport. And you can feel something special building before the green flag even drops. And then, 6 laps later, it's over. That's exactly what happened this weekend. And if you're a real NASCAR fan, you know this wasn't just about one driver wrecking out early. This was about a huge opportunity, a crossover moment between hardcore racing fans and a whole new audience. It mattered. It had buzz. It had people watching who maybe don't tune in every week like we do. But what went down at Daytona? It wasn't what anyone expected. And trust me, the details, the reaction, and what happened the very next day make this story way bigger than just an early crash. Before we break it all down, do me a quick favor. If you love NASCAR the way we do here, hit that like button and subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report. The channel's brand new, we're chasing that first 300 subscribers, and this is the place for real fans who live and breathe this sport every single week. All right, let's talk about what really happened. Cleetus McFarland, real name Garrett Mitchell, made the jump a lot of people were curious about. After running a handful of races in the ARCA Menards Series last year, he stepped up to the big stage in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series for the 2026 season opener at Daytona 500 weekend at Daytona International Speedway. And here's the thing, he didn't look out of place early. Driving the number 4 Chevrolet Silverado for Niece Motorsports, Cletus was running inside the top 10. Inside the top 10 at Daytona, in his truck debut. That's not nothing. That's drafting at 180 miles per hour, 3 wide, inches apart, and holding your own. But super speedways don't care about hype. They don't care about YouTube fame. They don't care about storylines. Coming off turn 4, running around 10th on the inside line, the truck got loose. And if you've watched enough racing at Daytona, you know that feeling. Once it steps out in the draft, you've got about half a heartbeat to save it. He started to wobble, lost traction, and the no. 4 snapped sideways and slammed the inside wall right at the entrance of pit road, driver's side first. That's the kind of hit that makes everyone hold their breath. The truck slid through the infield grass before finally coming to a stop. And the first thing we heard over the radio? "I'm all good. That was a hard knock, but I'm good." Man, that's racing. He was the only driver involved, which is honestly a small miracle at Daytona. But the damage was done. 6 laps in, likely finishing 37th, dead last. And I've got to say, I respected what he said afterward. He didn't blame the draft, didn't blame dirty air, didn't blame anyone squeezing him. He owned it. Yeah, 100% my fault. Terrible mistake. That's maturity. That's someone who understands the level he just stepped into. He even talked about how impressive it is watching these guys run 3 wide for that long. And that right there tells you something. It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing entirely to be in it. What really hit me, though, was his frustration. Not anger, not excuses. Frustration that he didn't get to learn. He said he was having a blast. A freaking blast. And then, boom, it's over. He mentioned that the last time he was at Daytona, he only made it 17 laps. This time, 7. And he just wanted more time, more laps, more experience. That's something fans sometimes overlook. For a driver trying to climb the ladder, especially someone still developing racecraft at this level, seat time is everything. And he admitted he probably needs to chill out on the steering wheel, give himself time to learn instead of forcing it. He even rated the hit a 5 out of 10 and said he's had worse. That tells you how tough these guys are. But here's another layer to this. He didn't have much practice. 2 laps, maybe 3. There were tech issues. That's it. Then you're thrown into the season opener at Daytona with seasoned truck regulars who've been doing this for years. That's trial by fire. And right now, he doesn't even have another truck race confirmed beyond ARCA. He flat out said it's going to be tough after wrecking it. That's the harsh reality of this sport. Equipment isn't cheap, especially at this level. But here's where the story gets interesting. The very next day, he strapped back in, this time in the ARCA race driving for Rette Jones Racing. And this time, no wreck, no early exit. He completed every single lap, avoided every incident, fought back from 1 lap down, finished 11th. That's redemption. At Daytona, finishing 11th in ARCA after what happened the night before? That's mental toughness. That's not letting one mistake define your weekend. His next planned ARCA start is at Talladega Superspeedway on April 25th. And if there's anywhere similar to Daytona where you can build on that confidence, it's Talladega. And then there was something else that stood out. Cletus honored his friend Greg Biffle and reflected on everything he learned from him. That part hit different, because no matter how people feel about influencers stepping into NASCAR, the respect for the sport, the respect for the veterans, that's real. And then he said something that tells me this story isn't over. I will hold a trophy here at Daytona. That's not someone backing down. Now look, from a pure competitive standpoint, wrecking 6 laps into your truck debut isn't ideal. It hurts momentum. It makes future opportunities harder. Teams notice, sponsors notice. But from a fan perspective, I actually think this weekend earned him more respect inside the garage. He owned the mistake. He didn't cause a pileup. He came back the next day and finished strong. And he showed he understands just how high the bar is at this level. For NASCAR right now, this kind of crossover driver is interesting. It brings new eyeballs. But it also proves something we already know. This sport is brutally hard. You don't just show up and hang at Daytona without paying your dues. As we look ahead to the season, to the truck championship battle, to the chaos that superspeedways always bring, this moment is a reminder of how thin the margin is between running top 10 and loading it on the hauler before the first stage even ends. And if he does get another shot in a truck, I guarantee he'll approach it differently. A little calmer on the wheel, a little more patient in the draft. That's growth. And honestly, I'm curious to see where this story goes from here. So what do you think? Was this just rookie nerves at Daytona? Or do you think he deserves more truck opportunities? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it like real race fans. And if you enjoy honest NASCAR conversations like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to NASCAR Nation Report. We're a brand new channel chasing that first 300 subscribers. And if you're the kind of fan who watches every lap, every restart, every superspeedway shuffle, this is your place. I'll see you in the next one.